Hello, job seekers. Melanie Woods here with CGL Recruiting, and we're on session 17 of Interview Bootcamp. We are almost there. Hold on. Now, I know, again, this is a lot of questions, but I promise you, all of this prep is going to be worth it. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing that now. If you're just now seeing this video and haven't seen any of the other Interview Bootcamp videos, I highly recommend you go back and watch them from the beginning. Now, we have worked hard to make these short and sweet, so it's not taking up a lot of your time. I know you're busy looking for that great job, but I do want, when you get that call and you get that interview, for you to do your best. Okay, so today we are focusing on style, work style, that is. Now, the whole time you're going through an interview, companies are looking to see what is your work style. How do you approach things? What do you do on your first days in the job? Are you somebody that goes in guns blazing? Are you somebody that sits back and listens and watches? And a lot of times companies are looking for something that they're going to give you clues in the job description. They're going to be putting something in there like, we are looking for somebody that is able to successfully manage change, or somebody who is on the cutting edge of technology. So a lot of times they're going to say, okay, we're looking for an individual with a work style that's going to be somebody who's going to push us and push us to new technologies. Or we're looking for somebody who does not come in with their work style and just think that they have to reinvent everything. Every company is different. You can get clues not only from the job description, but also from the vision, the mission, and the values of the company. And an example of this is a lot of times in the values, you'll see a company say things like a value of initiative, or something similar to that, where they like people that have a work style that they're always looking to make things better and their approach. So there are some questions that companies will ask you to try and understand more about your work style. And we're going to cover a couple of them right now. So let's take a look at this first one. And that is, what is the first thing you will do if hired? They're trying to understand, what's your approach? Are you going to come in and listen to everybody and take time to meet with everybody? Are you going to come in from an analytical perspective and say, well, I'm going to want to see all the past data and reports? Are you going to come in from a learning perspective? Well, I'd want to learn more about the operations. Are you going to come in guns blazing saying, well, the first thing I always like to do is implement Lean Six Sigma and 5S? I'm not telling you which answer is right or wrong, right? This depends on the company, their style, and your style. Now, if you're reading through all the company data and they're asking for somebody that's doing initiative or this or data, whatever, and you answer something completely opposite in the work style, that could be a fatal flaw that knocks you out. But you need to be who you're going to be, right? But if you have not given this some thought about what your work style is, it is something that you do need to explore. So if you're asked a question that's like this, trying to get to your style, what is the first thing you will do if hired? You get to say, well, I think I would first focus on, coming in and meeting with the team and trying to understand their challenges. And here's where I found that to be successful in a past position. You see how I was able to easily roll into that? If you haven't given a thought about what you would answer here, it's harder to roll into an answer that shows the best about your skills and experience. Okay, let's take a look at another one in regards to style. And that is, what can we expect in the first 30 days? Now, again, you'll notice I didn't put the question up here about what is your work style, because it's usually, most times, they're not going to ask you that straight on anymore. They're going to try and get to it by asking you other questions like these. Now, when they ask you for this one, what can we expect in the first 30 days? They're looking about, from your work style, what are you going to measure as success in the first 30 days? Again, it's very much about who you are, your style, your approach, what's successful to you. So again, giving this some thought in advance is going to be brilliant. Now, there may be some roles when you're interviewing for that when you're asked a question like this, you're going to be able to give a more definitive answer. And then there's going to be others that you're not, because you're going into such a large role that getting anything major accomplished in 30 days, it's going to be something more about integrating yourself into the workplace. Neither answer is necessarily right or wrong. It will depend on the level of position and what the company is looking for. But overall, you are going to see questions where they are asking you about your work style. Figure it out. The same way you figured out what your management or your leadership style is, the same way you classified that is going to be the same way you're going to want to classify your work style, so that when you're asked one of these questions or something similar, you're going to be able to answer from a position of power. All right, job seekers, this is number 17, so we only have one more to go. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.